How's it going, everyone? So today I wanted to do like a different style video. Just been experimenting on my channel, and I just thought it would be like, something like kind of like fun to talk about, which is like why you should stop eating out. Because one of like the last places that I worked at, I had like a coworker who pretty much ate out every single day. Like he would eat Chipotle, like really a lot of fast food, Subway, Jimmy John's, Ricken, like, you name it. So like he ate out at so many of these places, and if you think about it, let's just kind of break it out. So how many like working days are there in a year? Just looking at my phone, there's about 261 in a year. And the average meal cost in America is about $13. And so I was just curious, like, okay, how much is my coworker spending on like, food, like per year just for lunch? So this is only one meal. So we're only looking at lunch. We're not looking at what he eats for breakfast, which he does get a Starbucks every day. So let's only look at like one thing at a time. That way we can at least break out, what he spends in like 1 year. So this coworker of mine, not gonna say his name, of course, even though this was like a couple years ago. So just lunch alone, he spends about $3,000. Hold on, there's a plane. Shout out to the Air Force or Navy, whichever. Military in general. So we're just looking at lunch. Lunch alone in 1 year, $3,000, $391. So $3,391. This is just lunch. And if you think about that, you could take that money and then save it. So for the whole year, you save $3,390, like about, because you also got to think about if you were to make your own food, it costs you maybe about maybe $4 per meal instead. So you would save about, 4 minus that, which is like $9, which is a lot of money. So you'll be saving so much money. And then an interesting thing is, he spends about $6 on his breakfast, which is his Starbucks. So 261 times 6, $1,500 plus the 3391. Yeah, so that totals about $4,957. But yeah, so isn't that crazy? So I don't know, stuff like this like really made me realize like how much money I'm saving. And he's like also around the same age. We're in our like, mid-20s, and we're trying to save money, and he's always complaining about rent and like, how he doesn't have a lot of money in his checking account. And he's like living paycheck to paycheck, and then I'm like telling him like, dude, you gotta like save money on lunch, you gotta save money on your breakfast, don't buy from Starbucks, stop eating out, and you'll realize in like 3 months that like, hey, I have more money. Like, it just blows my mind. Like, how can you like not realize like how much money it costs to eat out? And I even broke it down to him like, dude, you could be saving this much in a year, but you're choosing to eat out, and he still continues to. So it's one of those things where it's like you just got to break out of it, and then you can still make food that tastes really good, and then you'll save a lot of money that way. So I don't know, you just got to do it. So it's something I wanted to share because it's like really, I don't know, it just blew my mind. So I wanted to break out. So if you are like, kind of spending, eating out for like your breakfast and your lunch, you should probably like double think and like kind of like break out probably per month, then per year, just so you can kind of see like how much you are spending. Because there was a period of time where my wife and I, we were like eating out every single weekend, and then once we realized it was like a problem, that's where, you know, we kind of started taking action to kind of save money and then, you know, eating at home more. Ours wasn't to that scale where it was like, you know, $3,000 to $5,000, but you know, it was a decent amount. Like maybe per year we were spending about 12 to 1,500 a year just in like eating out. This is for like 2 people, so you have to take that into account. So that's pretty much it. Now that I'm on this track of like really trying to save money, I notice all these like, you know, tricks that we can do in our day-to-day lives to save money. And so, you know, that's pretty much what it's about. And peace out, and see you guys in the next video.